Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Yell and why I wouldn't recommend it for your business. Now, I've been a marketer for the past 5 to 6 years. I've got quite a lot of experience with businesses, and one of the things that I always ask with when I get a new customer on board is, where do you get your customers normally? So that I can look at these areas and find out whether or not they're actually getting their bang for their buck, if they're paying for advertising, that sort of thing. So I've done a little bit of investigation and a little bit of digging into Yell, because one of my clients was paying £7,200 a year for their services. Another one of my clients was paying $2,400, and another client was paying somewhere around $4,800. And so far, all of them have cancelled now with Yell, which is absolutely fantastic. And considering the fact that all of them had been with Yell for over 5 years, that is going to save them a heck of a lot of money in the future. So let's go into why I would not recommend Yell for your business. So when I first started doing my research, finding out whether or not Yell was good for my clients, I basically had a little look around on Facebook, and I came across a large number of groups in which people had been missold advertising. They'd felt like they'd been forced into contracts by pushy salespeople. There were a huge plethora of people who were all upset and complaining about the company and its practices, which was kind of worrying for me, considering the fact that I would expect a company that came from a business as useful as Yellow Pages would be, I'd expect that they'd be a good company and really well established and beneficial for people. But there's a large number of complaints, and quite a number of these groups referenced a page called yellactiongroup.org.uk. There's a link in the information, and basically on there I started noticing that they were collecting evidence of Yell's malpractice, which has become very helpful in terms of me deciding whether or not this is a good service for my clients. Now, the Parliament's had a little bit of an investigation into the sales practices. You've got trading standards who have been doing, well, they're doing an ongoing investigation at the moment. And then you've got like papers like the Daily Mail and the Sunday Times who've investigated Yell as well. So all of this leads me to think, well, if there's a lot of investigation going on, maybe there's cause, and there's a lot of different groups as well, maybe there's cause for me to not necessarily trust the company. So that's where we begin. So another thing which I found out about Yell from the Yell Action Group is that they install a small piece of tracking code when they're setting up social profiles like this Google My Business for Rocket Security here. Now, if we hover over the website, and what we're going to do is we're going to copy the link address here, and we're going to insert this into Generate Tabs like so. Now this is the website address here, and there's, after that, we've got UTM source equals Yell, UTM medium equals referral, UTM campaign equals Yell. Now this is incredibly dodgy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my website, which is chanwalrus.com, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that information onto the end there. Now if I go to the real-time analytics here, to traffic sources, I've got no one currently on there, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to whap that one in. And there we go. So I'm now on my site browsing with this new bit of tracking information, should I say. So what have we got in our analytics? Now we've got one referral, and the source is coming from Yell. So that is a Yell referral on our source, which means that when people are going onto the social profiles of these companies, what's happening is every time that they click through from Google, they're getting the referral link and it's going directly through Yell, which basically means that Yell is taking credit for everyone who clicks through on the social profiles like this Google My Business, which is incredibly dodgy. So one of the things my customers have mentioned is that a backlink from Yell is very good, and it's beneficial to business, and that's something that the salespeople have told them in the sales calls. I mean, they have incredibly expensive SEO packages, so I think with domain authorities of 74, which is a really good domain authority, I'd think that Yell's backlinks would be pretty good, although I did a bit of investigating on that, and it turns out that they're not actually great. Now, basically, I've gone and had a little look through, and they are doing backlinks to websites. But if I check them on a thing called the automatic backlink checker here, they're regarded as a no-follow link, which basically means that they do not endorse the website, so the backlinks are pretty much valueless unless people are actively clicking through them. That means that a search engine crawler is not going to go through to these websites, which is not great. If I go to my page here, which you can get a link to, you can get a copy of the automatic backlink checker on this page, and it basically shows you whether or not it's a do follow link, which is an endorsing link, which is beneficial to your business and its SEO, or whether or not it's a no follow link, such as these red links, or such as these links which Yell have, which means that the salespeople who have basically said that a backlink from Yell is useful and it will benefit your website in terms of your search results, they're lying to you. So we're going to have a quick look at reviews from Yell. So here we go. Let's check first on Yell reviews. These are the customer reviews on Yell. Basically, we've got some great reviews here, all positive. Martin W's done this twice, which is fair enough if he really likes the company. Lots and lots of positive things with being said about Yell. So if we go down to these ones here, these links, they don't go to customer websites, right? They just go to oh wow, we've got January sales. That's wonderful, marvelous, whatever. Sod off. Oh, a big January sale one. So they're not going to customer websites. These people don't necessarily even exist, and this is completely controlled, as it's a testimonial section, by Yell. So I don't know whether or not I can trust. I don't know whether or not I can trust Yell, because it's like none of these are customer websites, which is really, really bad. You'd think when people leave a really, really nice testimonial and review that they would have a link which goes out to the website, maybe even have a do follow link. So this is a little bit dodgy in general, but you know they're in control of their own testimonials. Good for them. So let's have a little look at Trustpilot, because down at the bottom here we have like positive reviews from Trustpilot, which is absolutely great. Although Trustpilot is not a trustable source, I don't like Trustpilot, because a lot of companies, including Bark, have removed my Trustpilot things and said, oh, you've not even used the service, when I actually have, and they've illegally signed me up for stuff. But it doesn't matter. So let's have a little look at all of the reviews on Trustpilot. They've got a 3.8 rating, which is pretty decent, but I don't trust the ratings here anyway. They do have a couple of bad reviews, which are quite good. That's 6 hours ago, and a lot of the bad reviews tend to be very, very recent, so they haven't got round to getting them deleted or removed yet. If we look at the positive reviews, we've got people talking, communication. Yeah, business to business communication's good, but it doesn't really say anything about results. Yeah, we got some terrible ones. That's good. That's always a good one. This is a person was fantastic. That's presumably a recent sign up. Concise, precise, knowledgeable and friendly, no hidden agenda. Yeah, Yell's got a massive hidden agenda, sorry mate. So it's like what we're seeing here is we're seeing positive reviews about which are really good. Now, massive improvement to service and performance of my Yell website since but we'll continue. So there's a couple of bad reviews that are appearing, but the majority of reviews overall is good. Now, when you look at the amount of bad reviews which are appearing regularly, you'd expect this number here to be a lot lower, which basically, in terms of like averages, you would expect it to be a lot closer to the middle marker, because you're getting quite a couple of mediocre reviews or poor service reviews. So, you know, but the thing is, what they'll do is they'll get rid of the older reviews and say these people didn't exist, and just basically bump their Trustpilot rating up. So you can't really trust them. Now, with reviews.io, they can't really control the reviews in the same way, which is absolutely great. Now, this is a legitimate company as well, Domain Authority 50, which means that they've been around for a while. They can be trusted. God knows how Trustpilot's done so well. It's probably all of those links back to their website from everyone. But anyway, reviews.io. So 1.09 rating with 363 reviews. Nasty reviews. Switch from GoDaddy to Yell. GoDaddy's also a dodgy company as well, but you know, basically there's so many bad ones. Yep, negative reviews censored. They're deleting reviews, getting rid of them. People are complaining. This is a legitimate website, and these are legitimate people who are being basically ruined by this company, and they're upset by the response. They're basically being upset with the responses from Yell and the fact that they've gone through it. So there's huge amounts of problems. I mean, going all the way back through the lines. If we go into Facebook groups, we can find groups like IHateYell.com. We've got small business groups against Yell.com. We've got Yell.com missold advertising. Now, if we take the 3.3k members of IHateYell.com, and we'll probably have to filter some of these ones out because they're probably members in multiple ones of these groups. But if we take this as a round number of people who've either had their businesses destroyed or damaged by Yell, or they're struggling dealing with Yell and their business practices, we get to see that quite a number of people have actually been damaged by Yell. So I'm not going to show you the insides of the groups. You can join them yourselves. It's absolutely easy. Just look for Yell in Facebook group search, because I can't pixelate out that many people as I go through them. But these are definitely groups to check out, and I would highly recommend looking at them because there's a lot of people in there who've got some very, very interesting stories about their experiences with Yell. If you've been missold a Yell contract, I highly recommend checking out my pinned post or my information. There is a way to get out of it, thankfully supplied by a guy called Danny Richmond, an absolutely excellent SEO guy. I really, really dig his stuff, and he's very, very helpful in this topic. Anyway, I hope that this has been useful to you. I would highly recommend staying away from Yell if possible. And if you like the video and it's useful to you, give me a like, thumbs up, subscribe, do whatever. Leave me a comment if you think I'm going prematurely bold and you feel sorry for me. I really appreciate that. And stay safe and just avoid these guys because they aren't worth it.